60 minutes is do a bit of a meet and greet. So you'll find out who I am, who Pippa is. We're going to meet your facilitators. And then we're going to hear from you guys a quick around the room, who you are, what's happening. And it's great. I can see lots of action shots. I can see Megan's in a tractor doing something. I love these, you know, you guys take us to where you are. So I think that's really fun. So thanks for making the effort to join. I know everyone's busy. We're going to have a quick look at our handbook, and then we're going to hear from Jamie Pepper, who we know's audio is working. Jamie is a mentee in the current program, so we thought it'd be lovely to have him join us today and just, you know, share some of his experiences, and then you can ask him some questions. So that will be later on in the agenda. Then we'll just sort of talk through some of the next steps. So first I'd like to again begin today by acknowledging the traditional owners on the lands of which we're all meeting today. For me, that's the Yorta Yorta people. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And I also extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that are here today. Okay, so meet the AgVic team. Hopefully you can see this presentation. That's me on the left with my horse Nugget. I'm the Young Farmer Coordinator. One of my roles is organising this Young Farmer Mentoring Program, but we do lots of other things through the Young Farmer Network, which hopefully you guys can be a part of that as well. And I'll hand over to Pippa, who you would have met or possibly met during our interviews. So say hi, Pip.
Yeah, hi, I'm Pippa and I am Sarah's right-hand woman on the Young Farmer project. So I do a lot of work on the digital side of things, but also lend a hand with our various other projects and programs. So I have met a fair few of you in the interview process, and I'm looking forward to meeting the rest of you today.
Thanks, Pip. Cool. So we also have our facilitators online. So we've got Paul, Gavin and Tim. So I'll just get Paul to quickly introduce himself to you.
Hi, Sarah, and hello, everyone. Yeah, so Paul Blackshaw, work as a farm business consultant with Meridian Ag, based in Rutherglen and the northeast of the state, and been involved in the last 12 months in the pilot first round of the mentoring program and really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. Gavin.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's exciting to see this go ahead into another year. So Gavin Beaver, I'm with Cumbro Consultants near Bendigo, and yeah, enjoyed working with the first mentees last year and looking forward to 2022.
Thanks, Gavin. Tim.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, it's good to see everyone on board, and congrats to all the new mentees that are here today. Yeah, my name's Tim Bateman and I work for RM in Bendigo in the consulting team here, and yeah, like Paul and Gavin, have been involved in the pilot program and looking forward to this year.
Fantastic. Thanks, Tim. And so this year we have expanded our network, which is really exciting. So we've got 18 of you mentees on board this year. And so to help manage that, we've got some new facilitators on board. So unfortunately, Jenny O'Sullivan isn't able to join us today. She's unwell, but she is facilitating the 5 Gipps Dairy Regional Extension Officers, and Jenny is just doing a fabulous job with that. So hopefully you will get to meet Jenny at some stage. She has a wealth of mentoring and coaching experience, but we do have Rebecca Sexton online, and I'm not sure if Emma's here, but we might just introduce Rebecca or Beck.
Yep, Beck, yep, thanks. So I work with Tim at ORM. So yeah, I'm looking after 3 dairy mentees this year, so looking forward to the program.
Thanks so much, Beck, and welcome on board. It's a lot of fun. And I'm not sure if Emma's here. She might be, oh, here she is. She's just coming in. But Emma again is with Meridian Ag and based at the Yendon office. And this might be a really tough welcome, Emma, but if you'd like to just say hello to the group, welcome on board. That's all right. How are you going, Emma? We're just doing some quick facilitator introductions. If you'd like to just say hi to the group.
Morning, everybody. I've literally just jumped off
Yeah.
the phone from talking to Cal, so that's all good. Lovely to meet you all, and very much excited to be a part of this process. And yeah, great to see so many young farmers on board.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Emma. And yeah, good job. I know you just joined in there. So look, here we are. This is a little map of Victoria and just everyone's name of who you are and the industry you're from. So we've got 4 of you representing the sort of the beef industry. We've got 3 guys from horticulture, which is really exciting. For the first time, we've got hort in. Dairy, of course, is really well represented this year. The 4 of you dairy farmers, and then of course the 5 dairy regional extension officers. So welcome to you guys, and also welcome to our mixed farmers, Megan and Sam. So welcome everyone. Now what we're going to do is on this next slide, it's very exciting. I'm back at the office for the first time. There's people cleaning. I wish they did that at home. So what I'd like you guys to do in this order here, so we'll kick off with Zach, is just if you can get yourself off mute and just say your name, where you're from, what are you up to at the moment, and what excites you about being mentored, or what are you looking forward to in the program?
Yeah, cool. Is my sound working there?
Yeah, perfect.
That's all good. Great. So I'm Zach Jeffries from down near Portland. So our farm is Narrawong, right on the coast. And what we're doing right now, I'm actually finishing up teaching full-time. I've done a whole career full-time teaching, and today we're actually having our staff function upstairs here at the Bridgewater Source Pub. So they're all sitting down to lunch at the moment. Yeah, look, for me, I'm incredibly excited to be stepping out of the full-time teaching job to start working on a succession plan with my parents on their beef cattle farm. So they are an organic Black Angus beef farm here in the southwest. And next year I'm starting working with them on a succession plan. So I'll still be teaching part-time, but absolutely stoked to be getting more in the farming game. My wife and I run a small beef operation ourselves, and that's been a great place for us to cut our teeth on farming. But yeah, next year we're scaling up, and so for me, being a mentee and being able to connect with more experienced people in the game is a really big plus. So super appreciative to be in the program next year.
Super, thanks so much, Zach, and yeah, congratulations with the wrapping up the school year, and hope you can get into that Christmas party.
Thank you.
So thanks, Zach. Now Mick was at a cattle sale. He was hoping to buy some new dairy heifer, or not dairy heifers, some dairy cows today. So he was going to try and jump in if he could, but it looks like he's busy with that. So we will get to meet Mick, who is a very passionate, very excited young farmer. So looking forward to introducing him to you soon. Again, Sam's an apology. You know, it's just that time of year, like, you know, it's just a busy time. But Scott, are you there? Yeah, there you are. Beautiful.
Yes.
How are you going?
Oh, very good. Yes, my name's Scott Towns. Currently sort of juggling my building career and farming sort of thing. I've got 100 Angus cows and lease a lot of land, have my own 100 acres sort of thing. And sort of in the last, say, 12 months, I've been sort of looking into whether dairying was an option for me. to put all my sort of effort into sort of farming, make a bit of a lifestyle, or more than a lifestyle, but yeah, just to put all my focus in one direction.
Yeah, super. Thanks, Scott. And look, we've got some really great networks here for you in the dairy industry. So as we chat with the ladies from Gips Dairy, you know, they'll be really great contacts for you as well. So what are you looking forward to, Scott?
Just getting, I suppose, a lot more knowledge in an industry that I need sort of tuning sort of thing, I suppose.
Yep.
And yeah, just meeting, getting ideas. Yes.
Awesome. And I didn't touch on it with Zach, but who's your facilitator? Who are you paired up with? Emma. I've got Emma and
yes.
Scott. Well done. And sorry, Zach, we didn't do it. Who's helping Zach out? Emma as well. Oh,
Yeah. Emma.
awesome. Awesome. Very good. So it's nice to see how these connections are going to happen. Fantastic. Great. Thanks so much, Scott, for that. Now, I can see Pinder's here. But have we got audio? Can you hear us? Here's one of our fabulous Hort participants. So Gavin will be his facilitator. I'm hoping you can hear us. Might be no audio switch on. That's all right. We can come back if we're having some technical issues. Let's come back to him and catch up with Megan in the tractor doing beautiful multitasking. How are you? Oh, just got, yep, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm from near Bridgewater, which is just, outside of Bendigo. Let me just get back to your questions.
Yep, so
we are currently in the middle of harvest. Yeah. So we're currently in the middle of harvest, so I'm on the chaser bin at the moment. Yeah, we run a mixed sheep and cropping farm. So yeah, we've been pretty busy with the sheep at the moment. We do a bit of feed lotting, so they've been taking quite a lot of attention away from the harvest, but finally getting a few good days in. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. And what are you looking forward to in the mentoring program?
I suppose just having those experienced people come into your business and hopefully lead us in the right direction. So yeah, no, I'm very excited for it. My facilitator is Tim, so we had a chat yesterday, and yeah, very much looking forward to the year.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Megan, and very appreciative of your skilled multitasking there. I'm sure you
wait till I stuff it up next run.
No, doing well, thank you. Okay,
no
let's hear from Kel, one of our dairy farmers who is another very passionate person. When we've caught up with Kel before, can you get yourself off mute? I can see you there, Kel. Here we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm late.
You're all right. How are you going?
Good.
Yep.
Just come in for lunch and just a standard Friday on the farm where things weren't working. So we're here now. Thank you. Sorry, I'm late.
No drama. So, Cal, what we're doing is we're just doing a bit of a whip around. So just letting everyone get a bit of a feel for who the other mentees are in the program. So we know you, Cal. Where are you from? Where are you calling us from today?
MID in East Gippsland, just behind Latrobe Valley. Hayfield's probably the closest town. I grew up 100 k's away in South Gippsland, and then I did 2 years at Longy Ag College, just out of Horsham, with a focus on agronomy. And
we might have lost you there for a minute. Cal, looks like you've frozen, but can you tell us what you're looking forward to as a part of the mentoring program? Oh, no, we've lost Cal for the moment. And we'll come back now. Martin, I think, is an apology. I hope you're all keeping track if I miss you. Raj, you're.
Yeah,
Hello.
hi guys. Yeah.
So good to see you today. How are things with you?
Yeah, good. Yeah. So I reside in Ardmona, just outside of the Shepparton region. And yeah, on the farm right now, we're harvesting apricots, rivals. Yeah.
Awesome.
And yeah, just waiting for other varieties sooner on. And yeah, just excited to be in this program so I can learn more skills from the experienced fellas. And yeah, my facilitator is Gavin. Had a chat with him yesterday. Yeah.
Cool. Good stuff. And so was there anything particularly you're looking forward to about the program, Raj?
Yeah, just because I'm new to the industry. So yeah, very keen to learn, new skills in the horticulture industry.
Yeah, super. Good on you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Now, Claire Dwyer's an apology. She's a beef producer from up here in around Benalla, which is where I'm based. And I've put my lovely Benalla screenshot behind me, which has got pictures of sheep and all the lovely things that we have around here. So yeah, again, it'll be nice for you guys to meet Claire and where's Paul? Paul, she's one of yours. I feel like Brooke is an error, but we'll deal with that. I don't know if Ty could join us today.
I don't see Ty on the list, Sarah. It's Paul. No. But out of interest, I've had already had a yarn with Claire and Ty, so we've had a conversation already, and we've got a mentor already lined up with Claire, and we're just working through a few things with Ty to try and find somebody who's going to really suit what he would like.
Because from memory, Ty is sort of stud cattle.
Yeah, he's really interested actually in trying to get somebody who's got some experience in using sort of genomic recording in their business from a stud perspective. So yeah, we're just trying to, they're not everywhere, those people. So we're just working around that. And actually Gavin's helping me maybe trying to identify some people as well. So that's been good.
Fantastic. Thank you for jumping in with that, Paul. Sunny is an apology. Yeah, look, things are happening on farm. That's great. And we have Catherine Fox is an apology. Catherine Byrne is here. So we might hear from Catherine Byrne. Hello, you're one of our Gips Dairy REO mentees.
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm a Regional Extension Officer in Gips Dairy. We service all of Gippsland. My background's actually farming, so I was on a dairy farm for 12 years before taking on this position. So doing this mentorship, it would have been something that I think would have been great when I was actually farming, but coming into this role, I think it would be a great way for me to learn how to interact better and talk in a more professional sense back into the whole farming sense, so connecting the two so I can be a better extension officer. Our facilitator is going to be Jenny O'Sullivan. And what excites you about being mentored? I just think it's a great opportunity, and I wish I'd done it sooner, to be honest.
No worries. Thanks, Catherine. So it might feel a bit strange having these extension guys, and like it's a bit of a mix, but at the end of the day, everyone's doing mentoring and you're all learning. And I thought it would be really useful for you guys to still network together, because obviously there's those strong industry connections, but also just general, you know, information that will be useful for you guys. So that's why you guys are all in together. Yeah, we hope it just helps, you know, broaden your networks really. Now, where is Kristen? There she is. Hello.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, Kristen Davis. I'm a regional extension officer with Gips Dairy, similar to Catherine. Yeah, look after the area of animal performance within Dairy Australia at Gips Dairy, and also look after 3 discussion groups in Gippsland as well. So based out of Warragul, but we service all of Gippsland. Prior to this, I was working for a herd improvement company promoting herd improvement sales within dairy, and also was an artificial inseminator, and did a Bachelor of Agriculture and Masters of Ag at Melbourne Uni. Yeah, mentoring something that I've always wanted to do. I've never had a formal mentor before, so I'm really excited for this program to sort of help me achieve my goals, both personally and professionally, but also to benefit the dairy farmers here in Gippsland and try and improve my extension knowledge and yeah, for the best outcomes for our farmers here in Gippsland. Very nice.
Cool. Thank you. Now, help keep me honest. Have I missed anybody? Has everyone had a chance to say hello that has got audio connection? I think, Callan, did you look like you're back? Would you be able to just quickly jump in with what you're looking forward to from the mentoring program, please?
Sorry, I've been excited about this for a long time. It was coincidentally a topic of work I went to with Fonterra. We supply for telling, explaining what they are, what you get out of them, and then this opportunity come up where they find you one, where you guys find us one. I'm like, I got to apply for that because I knew the nuts and bolts already. Technically,
sorry, Cal. This
is
we'll
not
have
work.
to, no, it's just not. And you are probably yeah, from our interview, you are very passionate about this. But what we'll do, hopefully we can, I don't know, do a different line or something next time. So please, yeah, keep listening in if you can. That would be great. Okay, so I'm just conscious.
I can jump in if you like. I had a great chat to Callan
Oh,
just prior
thanks,
to this
Em.
meeting and did make him a little bit late. He certainly touched on the fact that he's really keen to look at some of the leadership, management and communication skills in terms of being a fairly integral part of a large dairy farm and how to manage staff and translate that passion to people that he's working with and fitting that into his personal growth and how that then fits into the business. I hope I've covered off on that. All right, Callan?
Yeah, thanks, Emma. That's great. Yeah, big thumbs up. Well done. Oh, that's so great. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. So I think it's interesting just to have a little think about mentoring. So for those of you that's mentioned, you know, this is something you've always wanted to do, you know, it's a good opportunity. I think this program is a bit unique in that you have a facilitator who are all here today except for Jenny, to support you with that relationship. But really the idea is that you work on an issue, you figure out where you're at with it, and then what steps you need to take to work around it. So over the next 12 months, you will work with your facilitator and your mentor to do that. So I'm just keeping my eye on the time, and what we might do is I'll just show you the handbook. Now, this is something that you have all been emailed, so I'd be interested to know, has anyone actually had a look at it? It's okay if you haven't. Say what? No. I'm getting no's. Great. Well, I'm really glad that I have this on my screen here somewhere, and I'm going to try and share it. If I can get my mouse to head over. Righto. So is that probably, it might not be sharing. Am I sharing
no,
the right?
we can see it.
Oh, good. Okay.
We can
Well,
see the mentoring conversation.
the mentoring
diagram.
conversation. Yeah. So that's what I was just sort of explaining, that, you know, through this experience, this mentoring relationship, you'll work through this kind of diagram. You know, so where are you now in your either career or on the farm? Where do you want to be? How are you going to get there? And, you know, how's it going? So you've got some really great support to really get yourselves organized. So I'll just go back up. Here it is. Now, we welcome any feedback on this document. It's this is obviously you're the second group through. So if you do have feedback, really interested to hear it. But I guess just while you're here, I just want to flick through, show you it so you're aware of all the stuff in there. Obviously, we want to be COVID safe when we're doing anything. So if you are unwell or things aren't going, you know, with COVID, just keep an eye on the website. And if you are unwell, please don't go meeting your mentor. Stay home. So it really just talks about the roles. So you guys are the mentees. It talks about the roles of the mentors. So why mentoring? So as we know, AgVic, we've run various other programs, but this is just another way of helping support you guys. And this is a really, you know, one-on-one situation. So you're really getting I guess, the highest level of support you can compared to just going to a workshop. So we really want you guys to continue to grow and develop and be the best that you can be. So we're throwing a lot at you. And so it talks about how the process works. So at this stage, you know, you're on board, we've got your facilitators on board, and now it's that real mentoring step. And thanks, Zach. Zach's just going to go get on the beers, I think. Lucky him. It's been a tough year as someone that's done remote learning, homeschooling. I really hats off to all the educators out there. They do a great job. But back to the handbook, it really just goes through a few techniques you might use. So if mentoring is something that you are really interested in, there's a few different ways that the conversation can happen. There's a few different methods. So if that interests you, you can have a little bit of a dive in and a look. But it all kind of follows that same cycle. You know, where am I? Where do you want to be? How are you going to get there? Have a go, and then review, see what happens. But there was one thing in here that I just wanted to show you. There's some FAQs. So what if things don't go well? Like, what if I really don't like my mentor? What if, you know, this program just isn't for me? Well, I want to know. So please, either, you know, if you're not happy with your facilitator, or you know that communication isn't working, please either phone me or email me, because we want to do our best to support you in this program. So please reach out at any time and let me know if things aren't working, and we'll do our best to resolve that for you. We do a fair bit of evaluation and in this program, so you'll get sent forms, and I think we'll do one at the end today just to, you know, warm up into it. And there are some resources, but there's this form at the end that you guys will need to sign. So this is you, your mentor and facilitator. So if you can just sign that when you get a chance, the facilitators will support you with this. It really just says a bit more about the program, which you already know. You know, it finishes in November, minimum 6 times, maximum of 10 meetings a year, and just that's sort of the plan. A bit of, you know, it is confidential, like we don't really need to know all the gory details of what's discussed, but we are interested in themes. Cool. So that's that. There's a checklist. I mean, some people are into checklists, some aren't. So this is really just a resource if you're interested. And your facilitators will guide you through anything else that you might need to know. So that is the handbook in a nutshell. We can send it around again if it's got buried in your email situation. But yeah, it really is just that form, the signatures, just to let us know that you're all on board together. So that is that. Now, I believe Pinder is back on with audio. So we would love to hear your voice if the tech works, but it may not.
Yeah, how you going there?
Yes.
I didn't know how to use it. It's the first time I'm using the Zoom there, so it was a bit technical for me.
Mate, you're all over it, hey? You're doing well. You're doing well. So tell us, where are you today?
I'm from Shepparton, Victoria, and just in horticulture or orchard. So apples, pears, plums, apricots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super. And what do you tell us why you're doing the mentoring program?
Well, someone told me about it, and what was it? Just to, I guess, like just to improve on the business side of things. It's probably more than anything.
Yep. And I believe Gavin's your facilitator.
Yep. I was talking to him this morning. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Good job. Cool. All right. So do you know Raj, just out of interest?
Yes. Probably.
All right. Well, that's all right. You might by the end of the program anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, great. Great to have you guys on board. Thank you. All right. Well, what I'd like to do now is hand over to Jamie Pepper to just share his sort of experience. And the idea really is so that you can pick his brain as a participant. Any questions you've got, and Jamie's pretty good. Like, you could ask him some hard questions. He'll answer. So don't be shy. So we want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly of your mentoring experience, Jamie.
All right, well, thanks, Sarah, and nice to virtually meet everybody. I think we're all quite used to virtual meeting over the last 2 years. I spoke to Sarah earlier in the week, and she said, "Oh, Jamie, are you comfortable about speaking in front of a group of people?" And I said, "Look, I am. It doesn't really worry me. What I'm not as comfortable with is talking about myself. So hopefully I can get through this bit of a chat because, yeah, it's probably the worst topic I hate talking about is myself. So just as a bit of background for me, I'm a farmer near Tahara. Sam Wintercook, who is not on today, is my next door neighbour. And I have a mixed beef and sheep enterprise. First cross ewes, merino ewes, and merino wethers, small Pole Dorset stud, Hereford cows, and Angus cows. So a bit of everything. No cropping as such. Now, I joined the Mentee program for last year or this year and I think Zach, who spoke first today, said it more succinctly than what I can say it when he said, connect with them with more experienced people in the game. And that's basically why I joined, because, I'm sort of at the start of my career, as all of us are. And yeah, I just wanted that, I guess, that formal relationship with somebody more experienced to, ask questions of, just use it as sort of like a barometer to sort of know where I'm at, or a measure or a benchmark to know where I'm at, where I want to be, kind of how to get there. That's kind of, when it's all so unknown, it's hard to know to get from where you are to where you want to be. So that's why I applied for the program. I was very fortunate that I was paired with a mentor, and I assume Paul Blackshaw is my facilitator. I assume Paul deserves all the credit for this, but Paul did a very good job in finding me a mentor who basically was exactly what I guess I was looking for. Like his, I think he's maybe, my mentor Pete is about 10 years older than me, I would estimate. He's kind of in a position now where I would like to be in 10 years' time. So I can sort of use him as a really good sounding board to kind of plan where I want to be. And I think that's where I'm really fortunate that I was paired with Peter, because I think even, and I think Peter and I have got on quite well also. And in some sort of unofficial capacity, I can see Peter and myself continuing to chat, not so much informal, you know, one-on-one Zoom meetings, but, you know, just on the phone or via text or something like that. Because I really admire or really respect where Pete's at with his career and where he's at with his business. And I'd love to be in a very similar position in the somewhat near future. So our sessions that we've had, I sort of, and Paul, you know this, I sort of bring up topics, or I come with topics that I'd like to discuss. And I'm very fortunate that some things for me, or important themes for me, has been, well, number one is ULAM joining, which I've always been too scared to do. And my mentor, Pete, is very experienced in this field or that area. But I'm also interested in, you know, talking about stocking rate, increasing my stocking rate, lamb finishing and pasture management. And these are all things that my mentor is really skilled in. So we've spent a lot of time talking about lamb joining. We've spent quite a significant period of time because it's something I wanted to get right. And it's probably something, Paul, this is forewarning for you, probably something I'll want to discuss again soon, just to reconfirm some things in my own mind at one of our future sessions. But I certainly, if I was to compare where I am now to where I was last year, I wouldn't have, I just couldn't, well, whilst I could see the benefit of ULAM joining, I couldn't do it because I was very, I guess scared is the right word, scared to actually take that big step to doing it. But with all the questions I've thrown at Pete and all the scenarios, and Pete's given me his wealth of knowledge and talked about, you know, what's worked for him, what hasn't worked for him, I feel a lot more confident. In fact, it's something I'm definitely going to do. When I join my sheep, when I'll be joining them in about March of next year. So we've also spoken about, he's given me, you know, we've spoken a lot about stocking rate and percentages and getting the most out of your ewes, which is something I've probably lacked with a little bit as well. And so he spoke about the benefits of pregnancy scanning, which I know is obvious to people, but also to, when you pregnancy scan, also identify what cycle or what stage the fetus is at. So, you know, whether they were conceived in the first cycle or the second cycle, and separate those ewes as well as your twinning ewes, and treating everything separately just to try and manage your resources as efficiently as you can to get them, I guess to get the most bang for your buck, to put it somewhat crudely. This is something I'm going to do to further manage my ewes this way, and I'm going to put that into practice with my own flock. Now, the other thing I like a lot about the sessions is that they are, and Sarah, you touched on this before, they are confidential. So it's allowed for quite frank discussion. We can talk quite openly. And I think knowing that it is confidential really helps to, you know, perhaps even though you're one-on-one with somebody, just even continue to ask those questions that you might think sound really stupid, but in reality, if you don't ask them, you won't know the answer. So if it is, they are confidential, so I think that really helps. And I think it's important that you treat it as a confidential session as well. because in a lot of cases, your mentor might be telling you things that certainly the greater public shouldn't know, or anybody else. So treat them as confidential, and you'll get the most out of it that way. And so hopefully, so I'm looking at my notes on another screen, so that's why I keep pausing and looking over there. Hopefully you may be fortunate enough to be paired with a really good mentor like I was, who you will be able to keep in contact long after the program formally finishes, because I think that's, to be honest, I think that's a great result. And it's also good just to have those industry networks that you can continue to keep in contact with. And I think that's probably the way my mentor and myself will go. We'll keep in contact in some sort of unofficial capacity, and I'm really looking forward to that. Now, that leads me into my next topic. And I'm sorry, I'm probably just rambling a little bit, so Sarah, stop me whenever you want to. But I am just going to, and Sarah, you've mentioned it, I think, twice, talk about the importance of networking. And this is one of my favorite subjects. So the main reason you all joined this mentoring program was to be formally paired with a mentor. But the hidden benefit is the new group of people you've been introduced to today, and adding them to your networks. And so what I would encourage you all to do is to add them on your socials, particularly LinkedIn. A tip for those who don't have LinkedIn, get a LinkedIn account. It's a great tool for networking, keeping in contact with others. I know our group from last year, our mentoring group from last year, we had a WhatsApp group together that admittedly we haven't had too much traffic on in the last couple of months, but that's another great way to keep in contact and bounce ideas off the others in the group. And hopefully you can also meet face to face, which our group got very close to doing this year, but unfortunately couldn't do.
Yep.
And I would just finish by saying, I think networks, they're important in any industry, but I think even more crucial in the agriculture industry. So you've been introduced to everybody in this group, and I'm assuming you probably don't know most people in the group. Get to know them, add them, chat to them, get to know your mentor. And I would just say, to get the most out of your mentoring sessions, and this works for me, is to ask questions, prepare questions, be curious, and I also take a lot of notes. So take notes, reread your notes, and that is it from me.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jamie. Does anyone want to jump in with some questions, or there might be questions for any of the other facilitators or for me about what sort of happened?
Sarah, probably just to Paul here, just to follow up from Jamie, it has been a really good relationship that they've formed. And I think his comment about the confidentiality, and I think he might have used the term, don't be scared to ask any silly questions. And I sort of did the same thing, when we were having some of these conversations. I learned heaps, and just take the deep breath and say, can you explain that to me a little bit more? It'll really increase the the value that you get from it. So it has been a great relationship. Don't be scared to, open yourself up and say, I don't quite understand that. And I think the other thing that worked and does work well is that, Jamie, I suppose, came to that first meeting or the second meeting with I suppose a bit of a wish list of some of the things he wanted to talk about. And there's 3 or 4 main themes that we have chatted about. So do your thinking. I think there's a sheet on that in the manual that sort of helps you to think about where you might want to be in the future, what success looks like, all those sorts of things, really just to help focus the conversations.
Thanks, Paul. Gavin's got a question for you, Jamie, in the chat, which is, Jamie, were there any unforeseen benefits from your year in the program?
Good question. I think probably the first thing that springs to mind is actually a bit silly, but having the film crew come out for a day and film me on farm because of the mentoring program, to talk about the mentoring program. That was a benefit for me because that was a lot of fun. And I'm assuming most people in the Zoom meeting today have seen that video on
And if you haven't, we'll put it up again, Jamie. I was going to introduce you with it, but you know, that's something for later.
And I would just also say probably another unforeseen benefit, and this is once again individual to me. I work on my family farm. My father, whilst I wouldn't call him regressive, he does struggle with new concepts, and he does struggle in many ways to, I guess, move out of the 80s and into the 2020. So, and he does also, and I'm saying this confidentially, he does struggle to take advice, and that's just who he is, and that's fine. So he doesn't really use consultants. I use consultants, but for different things. But my father doesn't necessarily, doesn't necessarily like listening to them. So I guess one of the unforeseen benefits from this program was somebody like Pete, my mentor, who is, he's not a consultant, he's a farm manager. He's actively doing this job every day, and I don't know how long he's been in the industry for, but a significant period of time. So he's got the runs on the board, he knows what he's doing. He's really pushing the boundaries in terms of stocking rate and ewe lamb joining and all sorts of things. And so I think when I come back to Dad and say, okay, I want to join ewe lambs, and when I say to him or give him the case study or explain, okay, well, this is what my mentor's been doing, this is how they do it, this is what he said didn't work, this is what he said to do to try and make it work better for us. He takes it on board a lot more because it's actually not coming from a consultant who, I don't want, and I know there's consultants in the room right now, and I don't want to offend you because I don't think like this, but hearing it from somebody who's a farmer, basically, it's exactly the same as Dad. He's a farmer, he's doing it every day. Hearing it, I guess, indirectly from him makes my father a lot more open to the idea. And that's why I'm doing ewe lamb joining next year. So that for me, and that is individual to my circumstance as well, is very much an unforeseen benefit.
Wow, that's great, Jamie. I love hearing these stories. And yeah, as Gavin's alluded to with the question, those things that you didn't expect to happen, and there'll be good things and there'll be challenges as well. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts at this point? No? Happy? Bit shy still? That's all right. When we get together, we won't be able to stop you. It'll be hectic. So thank you, Jamie, for sharing your experience, and we can pop the link to your video in the chat so that we can see I could watch it all day. It's nice drone footage and happy sheep. So that's good. So the next steps from here, obviously we'll send the handbook around again, but really it's to continue on working with your facilitator to meet your mentor and really start that off for the year. And we are planning, with every fingers, toes, everything crossed, to meet up on the 15th of February in Bendigo. So that is the plan. We know it's, not in everyone's backyard, but you are all from all across the state. And so there really isn't the perfect spot for everyone. We are going to invite you guys as the new group, but we're also going to invite last year's or Jamie's group as well to meet you, and we think that the main, you know, purpose is for you guys obviously to meet, but to really use that opportunity to network and grow some skills. So we'll do a bit of training, I'll do a bit of socializing and networking and talking about the program. So stay tuned for that. That would be very exciting. Now, next thing. That is pretty much it, but Pippa, I'd like to maybe hand over to you to explain what we're doing now.
Yeah, sure. Just bear with me 1 second. I had it all ready to go on something's. The link isn't working. Right. I'll try again. Maybe it's my keyboard. There we go.
Fantastic.
Okay, so I've just popped a link in the chat, which is just a link to a Microsoft form, which is just a short 3 questions about our session today. And if you could just supply a little bit of feedback on how you found the session, that would be great. And yeah, as Sarah said, we will be collecting bits of feedback here and there throughout the program, and we really value you taking a few minutes to provide us with those bits of feedback, because it helps us kind of, you know, we can make changes on the fly to the program to make it work better for everyone. And it also means that, going forward in future years, we have a lot more information to go on around making it work best for the mentees. So I think that's all on that one, Sarah. I'll hand back to you to close out.
Thank you, Pippa. So thank you everybody for joining today. It's just given us a bit of it's just given you a bit of a snapshot. You can see the faces, hear the voices of the participants of the program, so that when we do go into hopefully February, you've at least got a bit of an idea of who else is in the program. We are going to do a little social media post just to explain who our mentees are for the program, because it's obviously when you put something out there, it's nice to just sort of wrap up and let people know who the participants are. So we will do that from the Young Farmer Network Facebook group, which is where you can see Jamie's video if you haven't already. So that will happen. But yeah, really, please keep in touch with your facilitator. So they're all lovely people and very approachable. So if you have any questions, please contact them, or I'm happy to chat anytime. So is there anyone that wants to say anything? Gavin, Beck, Jamie?
It's been great to meet everybody, and it's good to hear everybody together. So all we can say is thanks, Sarah and Pippa, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Anyone else? All good? Fantastic. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Great. Alrighty. Well, thank you, everyone. We have done that on time. So hopefully you can go in if you haven't already had lunch. But yeah, please have a really great Christmas. Me and keep going safely and concentrating. That'd be great. All right. I'll close this meeting down, and I will share this recording or make it available for those that couldn't join today as well. So thanks very much, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks, Sarah. Bye.
Sarah.